So now we have day 7 of the mental health week. And I think that since it's a Sunday, it's fitting that I talk about probably the most important thing for my mental health, and that is my relationship with God. But I was gonna plan this video, I was going to like sometimes I try and make my videos look cinematic and I have a shot of me walking, a shot of me doing this. I think today is just gonna be more organic. Just gonna go for a walk. I'll just tell you about my relationship with God and how he helps my mental health. Yeah, let's go. Take. Alright. So the reason I want to do this like unfiltered is because I feel like that's when I talk about God the best. And I found that God is probably the best thing for my mental health. A lot of these strategies that I use, they help, but it's like, you're putting a bandage on a broken leg. That's what it's like. And I found that with God, you have someone who's like always there for you, someone who will listen to all your problems. I think an amazing thing about God is that you can cast all your problems on God. I know it sounds selfish. Like, imagine if there was another person. Like, you go to your parents and you're like, yeah, all my problems. But then that's why God is so amazing, because we can do that to God. I think it's in Matthew something verse 28. Is it Matthew 10 verse 28? I'm not good with memorizing verses, but I try. But I think it says, Jesus is saying, come to me all you who are weary and burdened. And I think the ending of the verse is like, I'll give you rest. Essentially, you can come to Jesus when you are sad, when you are anxious, and he will give you rest. Like, he will take that burden off of your shoulder. Imagine. Yeah, okay, cars. Sorry, we thought a car was coming, then there were bikers. So it's a bit of chop, 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 chop. But anyways, like I was saying, imagine like all your worries are like, it's like a bag, right? And with each thing you're worried about, you add 5 kgs. Eventually, you're going to be carrying like a ton. And obviously, you can't carry 1,000 kgs, but eventually, it feels like you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. And when you go to God, you're simply able to just, and sometimes when you don't even have the stress, or sometimes when you don't even have the strength, God just lifts it up off of your back. I think this thing about anxiety, worries is probably the biggest thing for me, because not many people know what I want to do with my life, right? I know exactly what I want to do, but it's like, it's not out of this world, it's very unorthodox. So I found that not many people understand, and I'm okay with not many people understanding. And the journey is quite lonely. I chose to stay in Zim, and like most of my friends are gone. So like if I go out, like obviously I have like acquaintances, I have like friends, old friends from school who aren't my age, but they like my friends. But like my boys, see them for like 2-3 months a year if I'm lucky. And I'm okay with that because I know the cost that comes with achieving one's dreams, as I will in the future, God willing, of course. But like with this path, it comes a lot of anxieties, a lot of worries, and God has truly helped me with that. And I'll never be able to thank him enough. And another thing with God is that you're truly never alone. Like when you're with God, you're actually never alone. Like a lot of times I go on these prayer walks, I'll just be talking to God, and people walk past and be like, this guy's crazy. I am crazy. Hi boss, how are you? Ah, Bobo. You see, like in times where I miss my boys, especially, it's like I realize that no, I can never miss God. Like, have you ever missed God? Like, think about it. As a Christian, have you ever missed God? Realize I miss God. It's impossible to miss God because he's always there. It's whether you choose to acknowledge that he's there, whether you choose to seek him. So yeah, that's just the nice thing about God, because I'm very good at regulating my own emotions. I don't think I've ever, like, I need God for everything. Like, even when I wasn't close to God, I was good at regulating my own emotions because, like, I journal a lot. I'm very introspective and I think about, like, everything deeply. So if something affects me, I'll think about it for, like, a day and really dive into it and see it through it. I forgot what the main point of this was. Like, I've just gone on a ramble and I forgot what I was even saying. To finish off, I just like to tell you that so I've been reading the Bible from front to back because I'm just like, it's a book, so I might as well read it from front to back. And I've just finished the book of Psalms, and I noticed that in Psalms there's like a psalm for every single emotion available. David wrote psalms where he was praising God, where he was even saying to God, like, go away from me. I think it's Psalm 88 or 89, where David is literally saying, like, to God, like, go away from me. And it's just through that scene that David wrote psalms to God in whatever emotion, that God is welcome, or he welcomes us, whichever state we are. So you don't need to feel holier than thou. You don't need to feel hopeful to go to God. You can go to God and actually like be distasteful. But then it's when you're being distasteful that God will give you that peace. Anyway, side note, look at this house here. You can point it. Like it was built, right? It's a very nice house. I was gonna say one day I'm gonna buy it, but then the person might not want to sell it. But if the person's selling it, one day I'm gonna buy this house. I'm just putting it out. It's not the best house. I just like the area. Like it's my favorite area in the city, and it's a nice house. Quite nice. But anyways, have a lovely Sunday. I hope you enjoy this mental health week. Because what actually prompted me to start this mental health week is my mental health was it wasn't in the pits, but it was slightly compromised. And I realized that I have this guide that I just keep to myself. So I started following the guides. I've been following the guide this whole week. Not even this whole week, like this, for the past month. And yeah, my mental health definitely is better. And one thing I want to leave you guys with is good mental health doesn't mean that you're always happy. Like I used to have this conception that when I have good mental health, it means I'm always happy, I'm always smiling, but it's not that. Life is full of ups and downs. You're going to be happy, you're going to be sad, but I think to have good mental health means that you're able to regulate yourself and able to like see through when you are being irrational and whatnot. So I would say a good mental health state is one that allows you to really tackle the world in front of you. Not one that makes you happy all the time, because I don't think you should be happy all the time. Like I know the Bible says rejoice always in the Lord, but like I don't think you can be happy all the time. Like I think you can be positive all the time, like you see the good in a bad situation, but to say that I'm happy all the time, I would say that I'm happy like maybe 30% of the time. Most of the time I don't feel an emotion. I don't know if that's weird or not, but for most of my existence I don't feel an emotion. It's just like a middle state. I hope you guys enjoy the series. I hope that in the long run it will help you improve your mental health and deal with the troubles of this world. But remember, the most important one and the one for today is a relationship with God. It doesn't have to be the holiest relationship where you try act as if you're better than others. You're more holy, just a relationship. But yeah, see you.